नमामि नन्दनन्दनं सुदीर्घनेत्रपङ्कजं सिकेशिकन्दमूर्धजम् अनन्दकोटिमोहनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं सुनासिकाग्रकौतिकं स्वच्छन्ददन्तपन्तिकं नवाम्बुदाङ्गचिक्कनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं सुनासिकाग्रमौतिकं स्वच्छन्ददन्तपन्तिकं नवाम्बुदाङ्गचिक्कनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं करेण वेणुरञ्जितं कटीकरीन्द्रगञ्जितं दुकूलपीतशोभनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं करेण वेणुरञ्जितं कटीकरीन्द्रगञ्जितं दुकूलपीतशोभनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं दिवङ्गदेहसुन्दरं नखद्युतिसुधाकरम् अमूल्यरत्नभूषणं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं त्रिभङ्गदेहसुन्दरं नखद्युतिसुधाकरम् अमूल्यरत्नभूषणं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं सुगन्ध अङ्गसौरभं पुरोविराजिकौस्तुभं सुरक्षिवस्तलाक्षणं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं सुगन्ध अङ्गसौरभं पुरोविराजिकौस्तुभं सुरक्षिवस्तलाञ्छनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं वृन्दावनासुनागर नासिलुगवाससं सुरेन्द्रगर्वमोचनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं वृन्दावनासुनागरं विलासनुगवाससं सुरेन्द्रगर्वमोचनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं व्रजाङ्गनासुनायकं सदा सुधायकं प्रगन्मना प्रलोभनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं व्रजजनाङ्गसौनायकं सदा सुखप्रदायकं प्रगन्मना प्रलोभनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं श्रीनन्दनन्दनाष्टकं पठेद्य श्रद्धयान्वित पठेत्प्रभाब्धिं दुस्तरं लभेतरङ्घ्रियुग्मक श्रीनन्दनन्दनाष्टकं पठेद्य श्रद्धयान्वित तरेद्भवाब्धिं दुस्तरं लभेतरङ्घ्रियुग्मक सुचारुवक्त्रमण्डलं सुकण्डरत्नकुण्डलं सुचर्चिताङ्गचन्दनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं सुचारुवक्त्रमण्डलं सुकर्णरत्नकुण्डलं सुचर्चिताङ्गचन्दनं नमामि नन्दनन्दनं हरे.
Okay, thank you. The way this song you can end is you cannot do Hare Krishna, you can do what do you say? Hold on. You can say Namami Nandanandanam, Namami Nandanandanam, Namami Nandanandanam, Namami Nandanandanam. That's how you close this, because Hare Krishna tune doesn't fit here. Okay. Now let's see who wants to volunteer to do the prayer. Anyone else other than Supreet? Supreet, go ahead and share the prayer, please. Who is doing the prayer?
I can do it.
Hello, Hare Krishna. Yes, Ishi, go ahead.
I can use a prayer, Auntie.
Actually, Ishi raised her hand first, so let me react Ishi. Go ahead, Ishi.
Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Pankajanabhaya Namo Pankajamaline Namo Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangre Om Ajnanatimirandasya Nananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajantam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Advaitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishankamitascha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanustate Devi Pranamami Hari Pre Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Thank you, Ishi. You can stop sharing now. So I have announced one program for December 14th. December 14th is the auspicious day of Gita Jayanti. That is the day when Lord Shri Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna 5,000 years ago on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And that day is called Gita Jayanti Day. It happens every year almost in the month of December on Ekadashi. So what we do in GitaWise since 2 years, what we have been doing is we are reading the entire Bhagavad Gita via Zoom session, and I assign people to read different chapters. So what I'm thinking is for this year also, I wanted to choose somebody from this group too. And I have chosen already, and you can choose, I mean, if you all want to volunteer other than whom I chose, can also let me know. But as of now, my spreadsheet, I have, hold on one second. Google Sheets, right? My drive. Okay. I have space for, I put in second chapter because you all learned second chapter. So who wants to volunteer for reading second chapter? Like 2 people I will choose because it's a big chapter. It has 72 verses. And if anybody here, I already put Supreet and Hemita's name. Are you both good, or do you all can't do? You all can do that many verses, or somebody we should add more people? What do you all think? Supreet, are you comfortable doing the first 36 verses of chapter 2?
Yeah.
It is
So
with
is it like,
seeing.
do we just read it off or do we have to
You
memorize?
just read it off. Good question.
then
You
in
don't
that
have to
case-
memorize.
In that case, I'm good.
And it is on December 14th evening, 7 to 9 p.m. EST. So you have to be there. And when your turn comes for second chapter, you start reading. And the way you read should be continuous with effective pronunciation, clear pronunciation, and in a quick pace. You can't like do slowly, because remember, we are doing the entire Bhagavad Gita and we have a lot of people joining in, and we shouldn't bore them. Especially we'll be inviting new people too. And it should be like a melodious song flowing without pronunciation mistakes and without time gap. Does that work for you, Supreet? Okay. So what you can do is send me the recording of you singing those verses or speaking those verses by Wednesday evening, 1 to 36 of chapter 2. Okay. Next, we go on to Hemita. Hemita, what do you think? Unmute yourself and let me know. I don't want to force it on y'all. You're comfortable only, you do it. It's only the verses. Only the verses. It's no translation.
Okay. I think I can do it, but I don't know if I can do it that day or that time.
That's important, right? Can you confirm?
Yeah.
By when can you confirm to me?
I'll let my mom know after class and I'll tell you after
No,
class.
I can let you go and talk to her right now because I need to pick someone else if you're not able to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you can go and talk to your mom right now. Come back in 2-3 minutes and let me know. It's on December 14th, 7 to 9 p.m. or 7 to 9:30. It usually takes 2.5 hours, but you can drop off as soon as you finish your turn, Hemita. All right. So now we have more chapters. We have third chapter, but you didn't learn. But any volunteers to do any more chapters, any other chapters? I wanted to give opportunity if you're interested. Again, you don't have to memorize. You just have to read off the screen or from the book.
Amante, I think I can read, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be there. So can I go ask?
Yes, go and ask. And again, the requirement for me is you should be there and you should read pronunciation clearly and with speed. Okay? Yeah, go ask your mom. Who else? Tristan is already doing chapter 12. How is it coming, Tristan? Can you let me know?
I'm still learning it, Master, but I'm getting better at it.
Okay, good. I want to review with you today sometime. So just call me and we'll see how it goes. Okay. Let me see who else. Shriyan, welcome to this class.
Hi, Auntie.
Hi. Which grade are you in?
I'm in 7th.
Awesome. Welcome. And we see another new student here. Om, welcome to this class. Om, which grade are you in, beta?
7th.
Nice. So this group is mainly 7th and 8th graders, and we learn Bhagavad Gita verses every week, 2 verses. And we also discuss, we talk, we share, and we also question. If you have any questions, don't just listen to me. Anytime you have questions, you should ask. That is the main point. It's not like, oh, I don't understand this, and I don't know if I can ask a question. That should not be your thought here. You should openly ask any question, even if you think it's dumb, that's fine. You should go ahead and ask. Okay. Then who else is here? Okay, Jyotish and Saib, can you please turn on your cameras?
I can't find my camera. Like, I'm not using a computer.
Okay, what you can do
Yeah.
is drop the call, talk to your parents, come back with turning
Yeah.
on your camera, because I
Yeah,
don't want
okay.
exceptions here.
Okay.
I want everyone to be having the same what you call requirements in this class. One person doesn't turn on the camera, I can't accept that. And this is not the first time, Sai, you're joining. It's been like that many times. Okay. With that said, I think we can start with chapter 3. Go ahead, Supreet, and turn on the camera. Sorry.
Auntie?
Yes, Hemita.
So my mom said that it's fine that day, but what time do you think I'll be able to finish by? Because I have to leave by 7:30.
I don't think you'll finish by 7:30 because chapter 1 followed by chapter 2. So you should at least be there, worst case, till at least 8 p.m.
Okay. I mean, I don't think I'll be able to do it because I have a class at
What if
7:30.
you swapped it with the what if you did the first 36 and then I did the last?
So you want to do the first 36 verses, but even then, do you think we'll be done by 7:30? I don't want to have this border case scenario and have, confusion in the last minute, right? Because we want to welcome everyone, start off, and I think, okay, 1 to 36. Hemita, you can do 1 to 36. It'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, that should be fine.
And then you have to send me the recording by Wednesday this week, coming week.
Okay.
And I mean, the requirement is do it good pronunciation. You have to practice really well. I cannot excuse mistakes there. Sorry, not that I'm very particular with finding mistakes with you all, but it's because we'll be singing on Gita Jayanti Day. We want to make sure we practice well.
Okay.
And if I see your recording is not coming good, any of yours who are participating, I might tell you all, sorry, I want to replace you with somebody else. So please don't be offended. Okay. But I want you all to practice. That doesn't mean, oh, okay, if I don't do good, I'll anyways be removed. So I don't want to practice. No, I want you all to practice. Okay. Okay. Pranavi, what did you get back with?
My mom said that we might not be there in December because we're probably gonna leave to
No
somewhere.
problem. Okay, no problem. Okay, I think we are good now. Let's move on to chapter 3. Supreet, can you go ahead and share chapter 3? All right.
Yeah, I'm sharing on Vedabase since it's not.
Yeah,
there.
it's not there on Motivate. I'll get it uploaded. Thank you. So now this chapter starts with Arjuna speaking. So let's see what Arjuna has to say, because in chapter 2, Krishna ends the chapter saying that this is the way of living, the way of perfection, one who's not attached to, who's neither attached nor detached, because both ways, you should not hate anything, you should not start being attached to things, should always control your mind, should focus on Krishna. And then one who has such lifestyle or such way of living is sure to be liberated. That's the instruction he gives in chapter 2, set of very wonderful verses where Krishna speaks actually what true religion means, because generally people think religion means it's a bunch of rituals, a bunch of things that are specific to only one type of followers or one type of faith. But if you look at chapter 2, whatever Krishna is indicating by way of his teaching is common to every human being, regardless of which faith you follow, whether you're a Muslim, you're a Christian, whether you're a Hindu or whoever it is. All these religions that we found are actually man-made. But in reality, Krishna doesn't talk about any of these religions, right? He only talks about how to refine our consciousness, right? He talks about don't get angry, don't be attached to things, don't fall down, and don't try to control your senses. Remember, those are the verses that we learned, right? And is it anything to do with any faith? Does it mean that a person belonging to one faith does not have to control senses, does not have to get angry? Does it mean that only one particular faith have to control senses? It's not, it doesn't mean that, right? It means all the instructions or all the nice principles that Krishna gave in chapter 2 are applicable to every human being. And if you look at the summary of the translation of verse 72, Krishna says that is the way of spiritual and godly life. Each one of us, whichever faith we follow, right? We all are spirit souls. And that is the way of a spiritual and godly life. And after attaining this type of life, where a person controls his mind, who does not have bewildered intelligence, who controls his senses, what happens to that person? He attains, he's free of bewilderment. He's free of bewilderment or confusion, right? And if one is thus situated, even at the hour of death, one can enter into the kingdom of God. Nirvanam rachati, Brahma nirvanam rachati, meaning attaining that supreme destination. By whom? One who attains that consciousness continuously. It's not like, okay, only on Saturday morning at 8:30, I'll be with that consciousness. Rest of the time, I'll have some other consciousness and I can have all other distractions, forgetful of Krishna or forgetful of my real identity. No. It says who is continuously doing that. And because they've continuously done that, at any moment they will remember it, especially at the time of death. That's the final exam, right? Just like if you want to give the exam at the end of, when do you all have your final exams? Maybe in the month of May, correct? For every grade. You have the end of year exams, right? End of year test. And for the end of your test, if you say, I will not study the entire year, but I will just prep on the day before, do you think you will fare well on that exam, that test? No, it does not become natural or it's not spontaneous. On the contrary, if we study from day one of the school year, our school year starts in August, right? And from day one, as the teacher teaches a subject, I just come home and revise and learn whatever my teacher has taught and also practice, because sometimes they're complicated math topics or science topics. For those, I have to practice repeatedly, right? Maybe I practice it every week. And like that, I continue and maintain, so that when my CRCT, I don't think you have CRCT exams anymore. You have the end of year exams.
Yes, yes, yes.
When end of year exam comes, you don't panic, or you naturally are well prepared for the exam. You are spontaneously good at answering the questions that appear in the exam. It's not like you are, now I didn't practice, so I don't even know what I have to write. You are not in fear, you are not worried, but you are calm and stable and content, and at the same time focused on writing the correct and best answers. And that's how you move on to the next grade. Of course, here I don't think they do something called, you don't move on to the next grade, but knowledge wise you have promoted yourself. Yes or no? And that's exactly what Krishna is telling. One who has practiced to live with that mood of not getting angry, not getting distracted by stupid and silly things, and practicing to be content and Krishna conscious, right? Then what happens? It becomes an easy promotion to the next grade or next stage of knowledge. Okay, with that said, now Bhagavad Gita moves on to the third chapter, where the third chapter begins with Arjuna speaking. So basically, whatever Krishna said and Arjuna heard, Arjuna has questions. It's not like Arjuna is just listening passively and, okay, write down something, I'll do something. No, he's trying to listen to what Krishna is saying. And then he's trying to think, okay, now I need to put this into practice. Whatever Krishna told, I need to put into practice, right? Just like, suppose you all are, let's stop sharing for a minute. I want to explain what it means to ask questions. Suppose we all are in a cooking class, right? And we get the recipe for cooking a cake or baking a cake. You all know what baking a cake means, right, everyone? So what we do, we listen carefully and they give instructions. First, take this flour, take this baking soda, baking powder, take sugar, take condensed milk or whatever, right? All the ingredients list will be there first and in proportions also. So you take all the ingredient list, you take the proportions. And then what is the next thing? They'll give the sequence of steps. First, sift the flour, add the baking soda, add the baking powder, then add the condensed milk, then add the vanilla essence, and then stir it with the stirrer, right? And they pour it into the pan and put it in the oven, bake it at 350 degrees, and that's done, right? Now you are writing the sequence of steps and then you do everything and you think you have the recipe of the cake, right? But if you are an attentive listener, you will get a question. What is the question that you will have? You have the ingredient list, you have the proportions, you have the sequence of steps until turning on the oven at 350 degrees and putting the cake pan into the oven. And now all of the students have are thinking, yeah, I have the recipe, so I can go and cook. But one student raises the hand. I mean, of course, nobody's raising the hand here. And that student who raises the hand is the one who's really thinking that they're baking the cake right now. They're imagining, okay, I'm going to put all this together. I'm going to mix them up. I'm going to put it in the oven. I'm going to set the temperature to preheat the oven temperature, put it 350 degrees centigrade. But then, I missed one step. What is that step?
How long to put the cake for?
How long to bake the cake for? Awesome, Hemita. So Hemita is thinking through and is actually imagining that she's baking the cake. And that's why she got the question. But the others who didn't get the question are not thinking about the application of the baking the cake. I mean, not y'all, maybe y'all got it, but I'm just telling. So only when we listen attentively and think about implementing and practicing in our life do we get questions. Sometimes the questions are obvious. While we are listening, it's confusing because maybe the pronunciation was not clear. Maybe the teacher really missed an evident step, an obvious step, and therefore you have a question. But a thoughtful mind, a mind that is attentive, and a mind that is serious about implementing what he or she is learning will not accept until they clearly understand every detail of what they are being told. And that should be the goal of each one of you. You're coming here for 1 hour every week. Not that because you have extra time and you have nothing to do. Same here. It's not that I have nothing to do. Hold on 1 second. There's a lot of noise here. So it's not that you or I do not have anything to do. That's why we are meeting here, right? We have so much to do. However, we know how important it is to meet every Saturday for 1 hour. So we learn the real life skills. So we learn the real life skills, and for that we need to be attentive. Okay, that's the reason Arjuna is asking. He listened. I mean, we heard chapter 2 too, and we thought we understood everything very well. But Arjuna is asking a question, which means we should have also had the question if we were serious about implementing, correct? And let's see what Arjuna's question is now. Want to share, Supreet? First, let's see. Repeat the verse after me. Supreet, you can repeat after me. ज्यायसि चेत् कर्मणस् अर्जुन उवाच
Arjuna uvacha
ज्यायसि चेत् कर्मणस्ते
Jayasi chet karmanaste
मता बुद्धिर्जनार्दन
mata buddhir janardana
तत् किं कर्मणि घोरे मां
tat kim karmani ghore mam
नियोजयसि केशव
yojayasi keshava. Arjuna uvacha
Arjuna Vacha
Jayasi chet karmanaste
Jayaschet Karmanaste
mata buddhir janardana
Mata Buddhir Janardana
tat kim karmani ghore mam
Tatkin Kormani Gore Ma
niyojayasi keshava.
Niyo Jayasa Kesava Arjuna Vacha
Arjuna Vacha
Jayaschet Karmanaste
Jayasichat karmanaste
Mata Buddhir Janardana
mata buddhir janardana
Tatkin Karmani Gore Man
tat kim karmani gore mam
Jayasi Keshava
niyojayasi keshava. Arjuna uvacha
Arjuna Vacha
jayase chat karmanaste
Jayaste chet karmanaste.
tat kim sorry mara buddhir janardana
Mata buddhir janardana.
tat tat kit
You can see.
I can't see it. It's like
Okay, can you zoom in a little bit? Sorry, Supreet. Yeah.
tat kim karmani gore mam
Tat kim karmani ghore mam.
niyojayasi keshava.
Niyojayasi keshava. Arjuna uvacha
Arjuna Vacha
Jayasi chet karmanaste.
What happened? Nobody's repeating after Shubham? Or is Shubham repeating after somebody?
I was saying it, someone was repeating after me.
Yeah, go ahead. Somebody repeat because it's so many students, right? Whoever has to repeat.
Jayasi Chat Karmanaste
Mata buddhir janardana.
Mata Buddhir Janardana
Tat kim karmani ghore mam.
Tatkim Karmani Gore Mam
Niyojayasi keshava.
Niyojayasi Keshava Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna
Arjuna
Vacha
Jayasi Chat Karmanaste
Jayasi Chet Karmanaste
Mata Buddhir Janardana
Mata Buddhir Janardana
Tatkim Karmani Gore Mam
Tatkim Karmani Gore Mam
Niyojayasi Keshava
Niyojayasi Keshava Arjuna Vacha
Arjuna Uvacha
Jayasi Chet Karmanaste
Jayasi Chit Karmanaste
Mata Buddhir Janardana
Mata Buddhir Janardana
Tatkim Karmani Gore Mam
Tatkim Karmani Gore Mam
Niyojayasi Keshava
Niyojayasi Keshava Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna uvacha
Jayasi Chit Karmanaste
Jayasi chet karmanaste.
Mata Buddhir Janardana
Mata buddhir janardana.
Tatkim Karmani Gore Mam
Tat kim karmani ghore mam.
Niyojayasi Keshava
Niyojayasi keshava. Arjuna uvacha
Arjuna Vacha
Jayasi chet karmanaste.
Jayasi Chet Karmanaste
Mata buddhir janardana.
Mata Buddhir Janardana
Tat kim karmani ghore mam.
Tatkim Karmani Gore Mam
Niyojayasi Keshava.
Niyojayasi Keshava. Arjuna Vacha.
Arjuna
Arjuna
Uvacha
Uvacha.
Jayasi Chat Karmanaste.
Jayasi Chit Karmanaste
Mata Buddhir Janardana.
Mata Buddhir Janardana
Tat Kim Karmani Gore Mam.
Tatkim Karmani Gore Mam
Niyojayasi Keshava.
Niyojayasi Kesava. Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna Uvacha
Jayasi Chit Karmanaste
Jayasi Chit Karmanaste
Mata Buddhir Janardana
Mata Buddha Janardana
Tatkim Karmani Gore Mam
Tatkim Karmani Gore Mam
Niyojayasi Kesava.
Niyojayasi Keshava Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna
Arjuna Uvacha
Jayasi Sat Karmanaste
Jayasi Chet Karmanaste
Mata Buddha Janardana
Mata Buddhir Janardana
Tatkim Karmani Gore Mam
Tatkim Karmani Gore Mam
Niyojayasi Keshava
Niyojayasi Keshava. Arjuna Uvacha
Arjuna Uvacha.
Jayasi Chet Karmanaste
Jayasi Chet Karmanaste.
Mata Buddhir Janardana
Mata Buddhir Janardana.
Tatkim Karmani Gore Mam
Tatkim Karmani Gore Mam.
Niyojayasi Keshava.
Niyojayasi Keshava. Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna Vacha.
Jayasi Chet Karmanaste.
Jayasi Chet Karmanaste.
Mata Buddhir Janardana.
Mata Buddhir Janardana.
Tatkim Karmani Gore Mam.
Tatkim Karmani Gore Mam.
Niyojayasi Keshava.
Niyojayasi Keshava. Arjuna Vacha.
Arjuna Uvacha
Jayasi Chet Karmanaste.
Jayasi Chet Karmanaste
Mata Buddhir Janardana.
Mata Buddhir Janardana
Tatkim Karmani Gore Mam.
Tatkim Kamari Gorevam
Niyojayasi Keshava.
Niyojayasi Keshava Arjuna Uvacha
Is everyone done? Okay. Did Om do too? Om Patel? Oh, good job. Good job. So I think I wasn't there when Om was doing, but good job. And I'm proud of you both, the new students who read the verses today. Okay, now let's do the translation. Let's scroll down. So what is Arjuna saying? Remember, whenever Uvacha comes, speaker. So Arjuna Uvacha means Arjuna is speaking. So what is Arjuna saying? Arjuna said, "O Janardana, O Keshava, why do you want to engage me in this ghastly warfare?" Did I pronounce it ghastly correct? Okay. If you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work. So first of all, let's see how Arjuna is referring Krishna as. He's referring to Krishna. He's not saying Krishna, but he's saying Janardana, one who protects the people. And Keshava, what is the meaning of Keshava? Killer of the Keshi demon. So what is the purpose of protector? We understand, because right now Arjuna is asking for protection in terms of guidance. But why is he referring him to as Keshava? Not randomly, right? Anything that Arjuna and Krishna speak here, and they're not randomly doing just because they remember only that name. Here, Keshava, the killer of Keshi demon, means that we remember when we did the Damodara month, we learned about how all these demons that Krishna kills when he appeared in Dwapar Yuga. As a child, he killed so many demons, right? Vyamasura, Keshi demon, then what are the other demons he kills? Aghasura, Putana, Vritasura, not Vritasura. What are the other demons? Can you all tell me?
Pralambhasura
Pralambhasura, then
Bakasura.
Dhenukasura, Bhakasura. So all these asuras, asura means demons. So Krishna killed so many demons, and the parallels for us is application part is the demons are the anarthas, are the doubts in our mind and heart. So when Krishna is capable of killing those demons, then Krishna will also be able to kill any doubts and anarthas we have in our mind. And right now, Arjuna has a question and a doubt. No doubt meaning not sure about what Krishna is saying. That's doubt, right? So because I have this doubt and you are the killer of demons, and my doubt is also like a demon in my head. So, okay, Shiva, I'm asking you this question. He's asking me, why are you asking me to engage in this bloody warfare where people are going to be killed, right? And you also instructed that people should not be performing activities which they're too attached or because of which they get entangled, right? Remember, Krishna talks about how when somebody looks at an object, he gets attached to it, and with attachment comes what? Contemplation. With contemplation comes what? More attachment. And with more attachment comes anger. With anger comes bewilderment of memory. With bewilderment of memory happens what? Loss of intelligence. And with loss of intelligence, what about the chain reaction that Hemita made? Remember, she made the chain reaction. And finally, what happens? You fall down. So, Krishna, you told not to be attached and not to work for fruitive results. And why are you asking me to fight here now? You only asked me to use intelligence. And you're asking me to use my mind and make sharpen my mind. And why are you asking me to fight here? That is the question that Arjuna is asking. But in reality, Krishna didn't tell you should not work. He didn't tell you should not fight. Did he anywhere say that, hey, Arjuna, don't fight? Did he say that? He did not, right? But then why is Arjuna a misunderstanding? Because when we are strongly attached to doing some activity, it happens to us in our daily life too. When we want to do something, but our instructions are, we are being told not to do that, we don't hear exactly what the speaker is saying. We try to hear only those parts which will help us decide in favor of the interest that we have. Right? Suppose somebody says to you, don't watch too much TV or don't play too much video games. And because that's going to be, you're wasting your time, right? But then you might give arguments saying, no, I have to play because that's fun for me. That's a distraction, nice distraction for me. And you'll also say that, what other reasons can you give for playing when parents are giving you instructions not to engage in an activity like playing or watching TV or playing video games or on social media and all?
I tell my parents I need to relax.
You need to relax, right? But in this case, let's see. Krishna is telling that I don't think that's a good example. So you have to do your work where Arjuna has to engage in his war. But then Krishna is giving instructions that you should not be attached to activities. You should not be detached to activities. You should have mind control. But then Arjuna thinks that means if I engage in the war, I'm breaking all the rules that Krishna is telling in terms of mind control, in terms of engaging, being attached and detached. But the principle here was Krishna is telling you have to work for righteousness and as part of your duty, but your consciousness should be detached. Did you all get it, or is it confusing? You can stop sharing, Suprit, so that I can see everyone. That's the principle. There are principles and there are practical applications, right? If the principle says, that is the real principle. The principle says, you should not drink water while eating food, while having a meal in between, right? That's the principle. Now, when it comes to practical application, just because you're told not to drink water while eating the meal, does it mean that even if you're eating something very spicy, you didn't know it's so spicy, but you ate a spicy thing, or you ate something and your throat is choking, and just because you're told not to drink water, will you not drink water? What is that called? That's called foolishness, right? The principle, overall general principle is don't keep sipping water during a meal because it's not good for you. The food has to first, the solid food has to go, and then you have to, after it's gone, then you take little water just in aid to digestion. But if you take that principle as hardcore principle and apply it to the dot, and you don't drink water when you are stuck with food in your throat or when it's too spicy, then that means you're harming and hurting yourself. Yes or no? Similarly, when Krishna says, do not be attached and do not have mind control and perform your activities in a detached way, it means every activity that you put, it's not that you have to give up your activities. It's not that you have to stop studying. It's not that you just sit and chant now and you say, I don't want to have any distractions. I'm not going to talk to my friends because if I talk to my friends, I'll be distracted. Or if I go to my friend, he might be playing some video game, I might get distracted. Or if I go outside and watch a movie or play a game, I get distracted. That is not the exact application. The application is you continue doing what you're doing, but the main goal is you should not become, your consciousness should be pure, that you should not be entangled in the activity itself. For example, if you all are performing your activities of studying well for exams, yes or no, you all study well, right? You all want to get good grades, correct? How many of you study with an intention that you should get good grades? All of us study, right? It's good that all of you do study for good grades, but that doesn't mean that it's not guaranteed that you get a good grade. Is it right or wrong? We do our best, but it's not guaranteed, especially with competitive exams when there is only one or two first or second place. Getting A, all of us can get. But if it is a ranked exam where 1, 2, and 3 ranks are given based on to the dot grade, like 3.7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like that, if there's a rank based on to the dot grade, there's only one person who can get first grade, correct? First rank. And only one person who can get a second rank. Now you worked very hard, hoping that you should get first rank or second rank. But again, as we have to accept the fact that there's only one person who can get a first rank. And only one person who can get a second rank. So, but we act as if we want to get first rank. We act as if we want to get the first rank, but we accept the fact that there's only one person who can get a first rank. There's a difference, right? If you don't accept the fact but only act, then what will happen?
It will not go the way it will. I mean, it won't really. Anyway, you'll probably not get the grade because, yeah.
You might get or you might not get, but you should accept. That is the thing that Krishna is teaching here. We all have to perform our activities, but we have to accept the facts of life. But it doesn't mean when we accept the facts of life, we give up on performing the activity itself. Right? It's not like, oh, there's no guarantee I'll get a first rank, so let me not work hard. Why do I waste my time and energy? That's not the attitude. That's exactly what Krishna is saying to Arjuna. You fight. You may win or you might lose. If you win, you'll enjoy a kingdom. And if you lose, you'll enjoy heavenly planets. Because losing in a battle means dying, right? And according to the Vedic Sanatan Dharma, anybody who fights for a country, they're entitled to reach heavenly planets after giving up this body in the war, whether they're by fighting for the good on the good side or on the bad side. Right? So Krishna says that is the message that Krishna was giving. But Arjuna is thinking, oh, don't be attached, don't be greedy and all that. He's thinking, oh, I don't have to wage the war. Right? Now let's go to the next verse. Any questions on this verse, or is it confusing? I want to make sure you all understood. Okay. Next verse will be next page. Come down all the way up, click next. Can zoom in. Now, who will repeat after me? Jyotish, you can repeat after me. Vyamishreneva vakyena.
Vyameshreneva
व्यङ्केन बुद्धिं मोहयसीव मे बुद्धिं मोहयसीव मे तदेकं वद निश्चित्य तदेकं वद निश्चित्य येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम् येन श्रेयोऽहं याप्नुया येन श्रेयोऽहम् okay येन श्रेयोः माप्नुयाम् माप्नुयाम् so together you should read it as येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम् येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम् awesome okay you can lead now so others will repeat okay Vyamishrini how do you say that one again the first one Vyamishreneva vakyena Vyamishreneva vakyena
Mishini Vakyana
buddhim mohayasami
Nityasami
tadekam vada nisyatya
Ganishchitya
yenos Ishan is repeating. So Jyotish is leading and Ishan is repeating. Everybody else mute yourselves. Yena Shreyoham up Yena Shreyoha Apam Yam
येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम् व्यामिश्रेणेव वाक्येन
Vyamishreneva
Vakena
बुद्धिं मोहाय शिव मे
Buddhim mohaya shiva me
तदेकं वद निश्चित्य
tad ekam vada nischitya
येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम्
yena shreyoham apnuyam yam vyamishraneva vakyane
Vyamishreneva vakyane
buddhim mohaya siva me
buddhim mohayasiva me
tad ekam vada nischitye
tadekam vada nishchitya
yena shreyoham apnuyam
yena shreyohamapyunam vyamashreneva vakyana
Vyamishreneva Vakyena
buddhim mohayashiva me
Buddhim Moya Shivame
tadekam vada nishchitya
Tadekam Vada Nischitya
yena shreyohamapyunam
Yena Shreyohamapyanam Vyamishreneva Vakyena
Vyamishreneva vakyena
Buddhim Mohaya Shiva Me
buddhim mohayasiva me
Tadekam Vada Nischitya
tadekam vada nischitya
Yena Shreyohamapyanam
yena shreyoham apnuyam Vyamishreneva vakyena
vyamishreneva vakyena
buddhim mohayasiva me
buddhim mohayasiva me
tadekam vada nischitya
tadekam vada nishchitya
yena shreyoham apnuyam
yena shreyohamapyunam vyamishreneva vakyane
Vyamishena
Vakena
buddhim mohayasava me
Buddhi mohayasiva me
tadekam vada nishchitya
Tarekam vada nishitya
yana shreyoham apnuyam
Yena shreyohamapyunam
Vyam Vyamishrenev vakyena
Vyamishreneva Vakyena
buddhi mohaya shivaya me
Buddhim Mohaya Siva Me
tadekam vada nishchitya
Tadekam Vadanishchitya
veda shreyo hanapyanam.
Yena Shreyo Hanapnuyam Vyamishreneva Vakyena
Yama Srineva Vakyena
Buddhi Mohaya Siva Me
Buddha Mohaya Shiva me
Tadekam Vadanishchitya
Tadekam Vadanishitya
Yena Shreyo Hamapnuyam
Yena Shreyo Hamapyanam Yama Srineva Vakyena
Yamishreneva
Amishreneva
Vakyena
vakyena
Buddha Mohaya Shiva me
buddhi mohaya siva me
Tadekam Vadanishitya
tat ekam vada nishchitya
Yena Shreyo Hamapnayam
yena shreya hamapniyam. Yamishreneva vakyena
Yamishreneva Vakyena
buddhi mohaya siva me
Buddhim Mohaya Siva Me
tat ekam vada nishchitya
Tadekam Vadanishchitya
yena shreya hamapniyam.
Yena Shreyo Hamapnuyam Vyamishreneva Vakyena
Vyamishreneva Vakyena
Buddhim Mohaya Siva Me
Buddhim Mohaya Siva Me
Tadekam Vadanishchitya
Tadekam Vadanishchitya
Yena Shreyo Hamapnuyam
Yena Shreyo Hamapnuyam Vyamishreneva Vakyena
Vyameshrineva Vakyena
Buddhim Mohaya Siva Me
Buddhim Mohaya Siva Me
Tadekam Vadanishchitya
Tadekam Vadanishchitya
Yena Shreyo Hamapnuyam
Yena Shreyo Hamapyunam Vyameshrineva Shrineva Vakyena
Vyamishrineva Vakyena
Buddhim Mohaya Siva Me
Buddhim Mohaya Siva Me
Tadekam Vadanishchitya
Tad Ekam Vadanishchitya
Yena Shreyo Hamapyunam
Yena Shreyo Hamapyunam Vyamishrineva Vakyena
Vyamishreneva Vakyena
Buddhim Mohaya Siva Me
Buddhim Mohaya Siva Me
Tad Ekam Vadanishchitya
Tadekam Vadanishchitya
Yena Shreyo Hamapyunam
Yena Shreyo Hamapnuyam. Good job. Thank you. Let's go to the translation quickly. So Arjuna is continuing. He's saying, I'm confused. He's saying, my intelligence is bewildered by your equivocal instructions. Therefore, please tell me decisively which will be most beneficial for me. So Arjuna wants clear-cut instructions. With whatever Krishna told, since his mind is half-hearted, that is one of the reasons why he wants clearly instructions. Sometimes we don't understand, we ask this question because we don't really understand what the instruction is. Sometimes we ask again, can you tell me what you're trying to tell clearly? Because we want to hear what we want to hear, right? We want them to say what we want to do, what we like to do. But then here Arjuna is confused. He's both ways. He's not understanding what Krishna told. At the same time, he sort of understands, but at the same time does not want to wage the war, does not want to participate in the war for all the reasons he mentioned in chapter 1, right? He says, I'll be the cause of death of so many people. I'll be the cause of people becoming fatherless, families becoming fatherless, right? And then I don't want to enjoy a kingdom which has come with the bloodshed of so many people. People will call me that I am killer at the cost of others' lives. I'm enjoying a kingdom. So all those reasons he gives, and that's the reason he doesn't want to go for the war. But then he's being very honest, and he says, I am confused. And I see that your instructions are equivocal, meaning you are trying to tell two opposite things to me, and I'm unable to choose which one I have to. Therefore, he's asking me, tell me decisively, tell me for sure which path I have to choose. And therefore, he's asking clearly, also tell me which is beneficial for me. That is very important, right? Sometimes, for example, a child is eating candies and the child is crying, I want candy, I want candy, I want candy. But what will a good parent do? Of course, every parent is good. And what will the parent do? Oh, my baby is crying, so let me keep on giving him candies because that's what he likes. Will the parent do that? Why? Why? You can stop sharing, Shukrit. Why will not the parent? The parent wants the child's happiness, right? And the child will be happy if the child eats candy. So the parent is so mean, right? He or she is not giving candy to the child. He or she doesn't like the child to be happy. Yes or no?
No, because that's because
it's not healthy.
No, he's doing it for the better good for.
the candy is temporary happiness.
Not only temporary happiness, it's hurtful for the child. It gives cavities, it gives lot of sugar, it gives hyperactivity to the child. It causes hunger is lost, and the child is not hungry for healthy food. There's so many reasons, so many beneficial reasons for the child, that the parent says no when the child is overdoing or going overboard with eating candy. So what is beneficial for the child is what the parent does all the time, whether it is a candy, whether it is any other thing that your parents are asking you to do. You have to understand that your parents are the only people who have your best interest. No other person in this world. It is first Krishna who has our best interest, and after Krishna, it is our parents. You should never think that your parents don't understand you. Oh, they don't understand me. They don't realize how much I need that new phone which my other friend has. And my parents are being so mean. They don't buy it for me. They don't have any respect for my feelings, or they don't love me. That's what we start thinking probably when parents don't give us what we ask. But we should remember the principle is parents love us the most. That is the principle. But the practical way might be different. Yeah, maybe sometimes the parents are not really able to understand because they have not worn your shoes. So you have to go and tell them, oh, Papa or oh, Mama, I think I need this because of all these reasons. You have to explain to them, and that's when they will understand. And that's exactly what Arjuna is saying. I'm confused, Krishna, but please tell me what is beneficial for me. He's not telling please let me do what I want to do. He's telling, tell me what is beneficial for me and tell me decisively. Because your instructions seem equivocal, meaning they seem half right. Half you're telling this way and half you're telling this way. I'm not sure which path to choose. I'm at the crossroads now. And I'm unable to choose which path based on your instructions. So tell me whether I have to choose the right, whether I have to turn right or I have to turn left, based on what is good for me. And why is Arjuna asking Krishna, tell me what is beneficial for me? Because Arjuna trusts and he has faith in Krishna, that Krishna has Arjuna's best interest. Right? You'll not go and ask somebody who is your enemy or who's your ill-wisher to tell what is best for me. They will not be wishing well for you. They will be giving you wrong ideas and wrong suggestions. The people who go to school and start doing all the nasty stuff, especially in high school, maybe you get exposed to all the nasty and bad things. Do you think they're your well-wishers, that association? Those are all crazy people who don't care about your welfare. That's why it's important you come home and discuss with your parents everything that you come across in school, good, bad. Even if you think your parents are thinking, oh, my parents might get mad if they hear that I have heard about this or I've seen this. No problem. Even if they get mad, they will be happy that you're coming and sharing every detail with them. And they are the people who can guide you, who can help you make the right choices. And at any point, if you feel parents are not understanding, it's time for you to discuss with them. Sit down and tell them, hey, Mama, hey, Papa, I have this question. You have to understand, come to my level, listen to me, and then let's come to a solution, or let's come to a conclusion. You should make that time. Tell your parents, you need to make time to listen to me. And you also make time to talk to them. It's not like, I'm busy with my schoolwork. Oh, my parents will not understand me. They don't know about this because they don't go to school here in this country. They didn't go to school in the United States of America. So they don't know what things go happen in schools here. So I don't have to discuss with them because they will not understand. No, that is wrong. You have to discuss everything with your parents because they will give you decisions which are for your welfare, which are beneficial to you. Think about it. It's an important, because you are in middle school now, just started getting into things, or you'll start getting exposed to things, both good and bad. Whatever good you learn through Bhagavad Gita classes, also you need to talk to your parents through these classes. Mama, Papa, today I heard this. Did you know this? What do you think about it? And whatever bad things you hear, which you don't even know it's a bad thing, or you don't even know it's a good thing. Some things are like that. Even those you come and discuss with your parents. If you don't do that, then it's not as safe for you all. It is not a perfect learning process for you all. It's not healthy for you and your parents. You have to have a healthy structure to grow. And that healthy structure is in open communication with elders, with parents, with mentors. That is the basis and the foundation for your successful growth to become well-matured adults, right? Young adults is 18 years. 5 years from now, you will be young adults, right? And for that, you should talk. And once you start becoming young adults and adults, because of all the discussions that you had with your well-wishers, you will become a really, really good, you will become a person who can make really good choices at every step. You don't want to share things with your parents now, and at the same time, you know, they're wrong things, and you always want to think that you will do only right thing. You want to get the approval of all the people around you, that you are the best boy or the best girl, and you don't make any mistakes. But when you go outside to college, or when you enter the outside world, all of a sudden you have not known what is it to make a mistake, and you don't want to make mistakes when you're outside of your house. Yes or no? It's better to learn by talking and making mistakes at a young age, when the parents are there to help you and support you, rather than stepping out of the house and then make mistakes and then try to experiment things and then fail and feel more frustrated at that point. I mean, of course, at that time also your parents will be there to support you, but then it's always a healthy habit to start talking to your parents about everything and anything that you come across in your life. Okay, with that note, I want to stop. Just like how Arjuna is talking to Krishna. We all also should be talking to Krishna. We all should be silently, secretly, prayerfully, gratefully, thankfully talking to Krishna every moment and every time. But parents are our next best well-wishers after Lord Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bye everyone, and thank you to the new students that
Hare
we joined.
Krishna, auntie.
The new students don't have to memorize the verses and be worried about memorizing. If you can memorize. Otherwise, you can just observe for the next 2-3 classes and come back and let us know if you're comfortable to learn and memorize the verses. Okay. Thank you all. Hare Krishna. Bye-bye.